I'm Johnny Spade, the new Ohio Valley heavyweight champion with the pretty new belt around my waist.
Hi, I'm OVW official Josh Ashcraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Triple Threat Talk. I'm Dean Hill.
This is Ricky Chevy, and I'm the blue-collar millionaire.
I'm Mr. Peck. God, that's great every time. Spectacular.
We're the Bronis Brothers.
I am the One Girl Revolution, Taylor Hendricks.
This is Brandon Espinoza.
I'm the Assassin.
I'm Bruno Raul Limata.
I'm James Moose Thomas.
I'm Shiloh Jones.
My name is Ron Head. I'm the announcer for OVW.
I'm Jamin Olivencia.
I'm Alex Silva. I'm Rocco Bellagio.
I'm Kerry Bodie, the Ohio Valley Wrestling fan advocate.
Raphael Constantine. I'm Rand Perez. My name's Muhammad Ali. Baez.
I'm Paradise.
This is Jack Black.
This is Ohio Valley Wrestling referee Chris Sharp.
This is Sexy Sean Casey. I'm Chris Silvio.
This is Michael Hayes. This is Jason Wayne.
And I just want to tell you right now to make sure you listen to Triple Threat Talk. Boop, boop, ah!
Everyone to episode 60 of the Internet Sensation 60 Triple Threat Talk. As promised, we have a earth-shattering announcement at the end of the show.
Which we'll give to you later.
Yeah, we'll give it to you at the end of the show. Keep those inhalers ready.
Total cliffhanger.
Keep
those eyes and ears locked.
Keep the eyes and the ears locked, or since this is YouTube, just fast forward to the end of the show. But,
Whoa! Really? Really?
You know what? Now we're gonna mix it in. We don't know what we're gonna say. We could say it now. We could say it later. Who knows?
No, it's worth the wait. We promise.
But you know what we are gonna do?
We got a lot of good content today, but you know what we are gonna open up with, Postmaster?
I already said that.
Shut up.
Viewer questions.
Let's start with hostility.
Richard Kenobi. How would you guys write WWE?
With a pen. Better. WWE. Wait, there we go. That's how we do it.
WWE.
Alright. Moving on. You guys want to answer that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We're kidding, Kenobi. We're kidding.
Are we? Come on. I don't know. I think they've got a lot of good things going on. Divas division, they just need to tear it down and rebuild
in
it.
existence.
Tag team division's getting better, not near as good as it should be.
Right. Well, to my point is this: the tag team division, at least they're trying.
Right.
They are obviously putting an effort, and that's definitely very evident with Epico and Primo and the Primetime Players.
Yeah, you don't have to name them.
Right. I'm just thinking. Right. But the Divas division, I can't remember. Honestly, the last time the Divas title was actually defended. To be honest,
I can't either.
I can't, and I don't. Do you remember if there being any Divas involved?
Who's the Diva champion right now? Is it Layla? Yeah, Layla.
The Divas Championship was defended on Sunday.
Was it for the title?
Yes.
Well,
it wasn't even on air.
That's pretty bad. Okay, that's what I meant on air. But the Divas on Raw, did they even have any Divas involved other than Lita giving her finisher to Heath Slater? And then Monday,
AJ Lee.
I mean, actually wrestling.
Yes.
No, but. And then Monday, there was no Diva involvement either. So obviously the Divas division is obviously lacking in their opinion.
Guerrero.
Dancing.
I meant, yeah, my point exactly. Wrestle them. But I would write, WWE obviously a lot better. Obviously he said that, jokingly, but he's kind of right. You need to push more stars more. You can't have you need to build your stars up. The people that are the legends have been there for the longer tenure. They should be helping build the newer stars up, and that how the role should go.
I know how you could help write WWE. You get rid of several people. Let me name a couple right off the top. Big Show, get rid of them. Rey Mysterio, get rid of them. Kane,
retire.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them three.
Cody Rhodes, get rid of him.
Get rid of them three right off the top.
See, he's saying Cody Rhodes just to make me mad, but he knows Cody Rhodes is one of the brightest stars. He knows that.
If he's so bright, he wasn't even on SmackDown.
Yeah, if he's so bright, where's he been?
He's on Superstars. He's turned becoming Drew McIntyre all over again.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Superstars.
Superstar who?
You know
this
what?
Is where we go to
this is the first time I'll actually jump on the bash Big B, Cody Rhodes bandwagon. Drew McIntyre wasn't the first episode of Raw.
That is true, you're right, but still. Alright, from Against All Odds 20. Or I'm sorry, wait a minute.
No,
We have a doctor
Dick
question.
Kenobi. Yeah.
If TNA went off the air and died,
Whoa.
a little harsh there, Kenobi.
Can you say was non-existent, went under?
Well, I'm only going about what he said. I'm quoting the views.
And I quote.
Would you buy it and rename it, stay fresh, and make the show how you want it, or ask your employees what they think?
Actually, what I would do is I would buy it if it went under and I had the money. I would buy it. I would probably give it a flashy name, probably Triple Threat Talk Wrestling Federation. T-Cubed or something. I don't know what I'd name it, to be honest with you, but I'd come up with something pretty good just since this is on the spot. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this question. But yes, I would definitely ask how people wanted it to go. I would always take into account the fans. If the fans thought a John Cena-like character was getting too strong, guess what? Push that person to the back, still keep him in the main event, but not maybe give him the championship, because I think people do want to see different championships. If you look back in WWE history, some of the worst moments overall have been when people have had the championships for more than a year. With the exception of the CM Punk thing, because we know they are purposely doing it. CM Punk is the only champion in the past few years, or decades even, I can imagine, that I can remember that people don't mind him being the champion for so long. But, I mean, it's one of those things that, yes, I would take into account the employees. I would not let them run the asylum. I would listen to their ideas. We saw what happened to WCW. I would definitely take into account what they said. I would keep it in mind. And I would ask the fans, because you guys see what I do with Destruction. He brings it to life, but I write it. I do a good job. I try to do a good job to give you guys the show that you all would deserve and that you guys would want. So it would be a lot like that. That's just how I see it.
You're giving him the eye like you want to disagree or make another comment.
I was disagreeing because he said,
you bring them to life.
Well, I'm disagreeing because he said, I do it for the fans. The doctor doesn't do anything for the fans. And you know what's coming to you on Destruction. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody turning on me on Destruction.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
No, exactly.
The board of directors has got one coming to
Really?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
From Against All Odds 20, as we get all out of this tomfoolery down on that.
Tomfoolery?
I think WWE is now what WCW was in 1999, going down the same path. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I disagree. They are not even close to how bad WCW was in 1999. You look at that company and all the stars were unhappy. They knew WCW was going under. They were trying to seek employment elsewhere, other than WWE, obviously. WWE's not even that close to being how WCW was. They're not in financial trouble. They're not struggling to do the ratings. They're the only company in town that gets strong ratings that they do. TNA, while TNA is trying to vie to catch them, they're not even a posable threat to WWE. They try not to even mention TNA. There was speculation they might have TNA people on WWE stuff that was like Kurt Angle or Kennedy or whatever. They didn't want to do anything because there's still a lawsuit going on between TNA and WWE. So WWE's not even close to how WCW was in 99. They're far from that point of being extinct, definitely. So
I think Against All Odds does have a valid point. The fact that they're going, I'm not saying I agree, first and foremost. I want to say that. I'm going to say disagree, but I do see where you have a point, because we've said on this show that them going to 3 hours is kind of like going to Nitro, I noticed this past Monday, several commercials still. Not as many as Raw 1000, but still several commercials.
Is that going to be the norm?
So is that going to be the norm? Or, because if it is, you may want to actually take a stopwatch and go from, start to finish. Generally, a TV show is going to be a 2-hour block TV show is going to run for an hour and 20 minutes, generally. Okay?
About 40 minutes.
Yeah, about 40 minutes in each hour. So what you want to do is take a stopwatch and see what the time difference is. If it's an hour and 20 minutes, and it might be not worth, or if it's close to an hour 20 minutes, it might not be worth the investment.
I know the South was so obviously successful just because of how it was built up and all the excitement about the people coming back or whatever, but episode 1001 kind of had some mishits. I mean, we'll get into it later when we talk about WWE, but it had some mishits. the general consensus of people in the WWE, the back, the locker rooms, they were kind of like, this didn't really go as well as we'd hoped. And is that going to be the mindset they're going to have to go through every single Monday when the show is 3 hours? Like, 2 hours, they had more stuff than they needed, which is good. And they had, it's like, what can we have to cut this, cut that. 3 hours are like, what are we going to do to fill these 3 hours? And then if it's going to be that way the rest of this time, they're going to have to like, well, this 3 hour thing might not work. We might have jumped a little bit too ahead of ourselves here, and we might have to go back to 2.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I'm going to disagree as well as you two did, because they're definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. Nobody's coming in and buying WCW out. You don't have
WWE.
WCW. Yeah, nobody's pulling that on Vince McMahon anytime soon. Yeah, they may have bad storylines every now and then, but that's not going to force them to shut the doors. That's for sure. From the CAW interviewer, what is your biggest worry about getting old?
What's he trying to say?
Actually getting old?
I mean, I think getting old, like forgetting, maybe losing, not friends, but how you're gonna be getting on with friends later on, because you have to worry about stuff like marriage and stuff like that.
I think for me the biggest thing about getting old is possibly not remembering things and being forgetful. What? Huh? I was saying the worst thing about getting old is not remembering things and being forgetful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Erectile dysfunction.
Whoa!
Like I was saying.
He did say about getting old.
Like I was saying, the worst thing about getting old is forgetting things and not remembering.
Yeah, you just don't remember how to.
The worst thing about getting old is not remembering things and forgetting.
Exactly. Also from the CAW interview, what superhero would you like to be, and who would be your arch nemesis?
Can I pick a villain?
Yes.
I'll be the Riddler. I like the Riddler.
You like Neil Patrick Harris as the Riddler?
I didn't say that. I just said the Riddler in general. I like the Riddler because he's different from every other Batman villain. Every Batman villain's like, I'm diabolical, I'm on steroids, I'm poison ivy, whatever. But I like the Riddler because he's different in the way he thinks differently. He uses his mind to.
So does Scarecrow.
Well, Scarecrow's just like hallucinogenic drugs.
Scarecrow.
He uses drugs.
He's awesome.
Oh, I know he's awesome. But I'll let you get your pick. Sit there. It's alright. Yeah. But I like the Riddler because he uses his mind to trick Batman into certain things. Definitely the smartest. There's no denying he's the smartest villain in the Batman universe, that's for sure. So I do like his character. Arch nemesis, I guess, would be Batman if I was a villain. So.
If I was a superhero, I would be the Doctor.
That's not a real superhero.
And my arch nemesis would be the DWA Board of Directors.
No,
if I was a superhero, I think I'd probably have to call dibs on.
And no, Megatron's not a superhero.
Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
I'd probably have to call dibs on Prime. I like Prime.
I'd be a robot.
Although I would not. I think I'd go a different way if I wanted as a superhero, because a little known. If you're into the Transformers mythology as much as I am, you know that Shockwave is really the strongest of them all, over Megatron and Prime, and even Grimlock. Shockwave, Grimlock, Megatron, and Prime. I would be Prime and probably fight. I'd choose my arch nemesis to be Shockwave, so I could find a way to beat him.
You ask these questions, people, not us.
If I was a superhero, I would want to be Quail Man.
All right, Doug, funny.
And my arch nemesis would be Dr. Klotzenstein.
Dr. Klotzenstein. I definitely see wearing a belt on your head. I'm from the planet Wet Goofball.
Whatever.
And don't forget your partner, Silver Skeeter.
That's right. Exactly.
You broke my grill.
From the Buckin' Five.
Whoa. I said bucking.
Who do you think are the most overlooked and overshadowed people in sports history?
Wow.
He's coming strong this week,
Overlooked
fellas.
and overshadowed.
Wow.
That's tough.
That's pretty tough.
That's a doozy.
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Wow.
Yeah.
I think we're befuddled.
No.
Overlooked and overshadowed. You gotta first think of what he means when he says overlooked and overshadowed.
I got a good one.
He's looking for teams or individuals?
I got a good one for you.
Okay.
Sham. The horse Sham. He ran the second fastest Kentucky Derby. Still in under 2 minutes. Right behind Secretariat. I think a lot of people don't give Sham the credit he deserves. He was second in all 3 races. Right behind Secretariat. Sure, Secretariat won.
Right.
But in horse racing, they do give points for second place, first, second, and third.
Right.
So I think it's one of the rare exceptions where second place is commendable, especially when you're talking world record times.
Yeah. I actually did think of somebody while you were giving your answer. Andy Murray.
I would agree with
He's
that.
overlooked and overshadowed because he was born the wrong time. Sorry. Mrs. Murray and Mr. Murray had the kid the wrong time. Sorry. He is growing up in an era of three of the greatest players of all time, possibly one of if not the greatest of all time, in Roger Federer. And he is so close. He is really close to breaking through and winning his first Grand Slam. He just can't do it. His couple first Grand Slams, he just wasn't there. And then you think, this is his Grand Slam. It's his home Grand Slam against Federer, and he still can't win. He just cannot break through to win one against anybody. Not in Australia, not in Paris, not in London, and not in America. So I would say Andy Murray's definitely overshadowed and overlooked because he is a heck of a tennis player. Like, he knows that, and I know that, and I think you know that too. But he is growing up in a time where breaking through winning a Grand Slam means you have to beat three of the best players in the world ever. So.
Interesting. I think I'm gonna have to lean towards racing because NASCAR is my forte, as it were, and I will answer that question when we come back from this commercial break.
Nobody does what Papa John's does.
You choose. For just $10, get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings. That's Papa John's quality for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza, even specialties. Plus, earn free pizza fast with Papa Rewards when you order at papajohns.com. Get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And welcome back here on Triple Threat Talk. I am Postmaster Jones along with my esteemed co-host, the Doc and Big B.
Episode 60.
We were answering Buck and Five's question about overlooked and overshadowed people in sports history.
You said the horse sham.
That's
Andy Murray.
You said Andy Murray. And I'm going to go on a racing...
You're going
left.
Or whatever.
And I am going to have to go with an individual that his life was... cut short. He never won a championship, and a lot of people want to downplay him because his out-of-sport activities, and that is Tim Richmond. And if you don't know the story of Tim Richmond, ESPN actually did a 30 for 30 film on him.
Okay.
And you can look that up.
If you don't know, those 30 for 30s, they were documentaries made.
They're very good. Almost all of them are excellent.
One of the best ones I saw was about SMU, and there's one about Ali. They're very good. But
he died of AIDS. He would have easily won 3 to 4 championships. Dale Earnhardt Sr. never would have won the titles he would have won if it wasn't for him. He won a lot of races, but he never really got, because of his out-of-sport behavior, it kind of, so. Also from the Buck and Five, with college football starting soon, who are your top 3 teams to watch this season? He is coming.
I'm sorry,
guns a-blazing.
I'm sorry,
week.
and you could disagree.
I have an answer.
You might say the same thing. You can disagree with me. One of the teams that are going to be watched is Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Penn State. They're not going to win anything, obviously.
People are going to watch.
They're going to be watched like a hawk.
Yep.
They're going to have the magnifying glass on them also.
It's not in for that reason.
No, I know.
Yeah,
people want to see how they bounce back.
want to bounce back.
Exactly. But other 2 teams, I would see successfully. Actually, I'm looking towards Baylor. Mm-hmm. How can they rebound after losing Robert Griffin III?
That won't be successful.
Sorry. How will they bounce back after losing Robert Griffin III?
There you go.
But yeah, exactly. How are they going to bounce back after losing their franchise player?
Really? A college program is not a franchise? Really?
You know what I meant?
Really? Okay.
You know what I meant? Their key player that they had last season. Yes, thank you for that. The key player they had last season, how they bounced back. Another team I would keep honest is probably like LSU because see how they see how they fare.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna agree with Penn State. USC. This is their first year off of bowl probation. They're gonna come out guns blazing and be amazing. And then the other team I would have to say is the returning national champions of Alabama because they're going to be just as good, if not a little bit better this year.
I'm going to have to go with USC. I'm going to have to go with Urban Meyer's team.
That will be good. That will be a good good fit to watch. Ohio State.
Ohio State. I want to see how they react.
Well, they have reprimanded too, didn't they?
What's that?
This is going to be their first year back as well.
Yeah.
Not from near as long as USC was.
So that, and then also I want to take a look and see about Notre Dame. That's another one I want to watch.
No Penn State.
No Penn State. I could care less. But I want to see if Brian Kelly, is he finally going to, like, he's sort of getting there. Is he finally going to get over the hump? They got one whale of a schedule this year. It is absolutely crazy. That's a 3.
And I think this is actually their last year under contract with NBC too.
I believe so.
So they need to impress.
Double check on that one.
Also from the Buckin' Five.
Whoa.
If CAW wrestling and CAW leagues ever ended, what do you think people will remember them for the most?
The doctor's order. That's right. The doctor's order.
No. Buckin' 5, listen to me closely. CAW, CAW, Creator Wrestling, whatever you want to call it, is dead. It's gone. And the reason I say that... Thank you. Thank you for the Atari sound effect. The reason I say it is because, you know, in the 2007 when CAW started, it was a fad because WWE was at a time where it was pretty much unwatchable. Scene was unbeatable. You know the whole story. But it was a fad, and everyone jumped on it just to create something different. You had, you know, SMF was at its peak, ICCW was at its peak, I was at my peak, Skull was at their peak, UWO, no DQ, the list goes on, and it's just like, it started getting repetitive for people, maybe they got bored, the fad kind of died out. I don't know, you can pick one of a million stories why. But they started dying out, one by one they fell, like a brick.
I started writing too late.
Well, it started falling one by one. And now, there's only like one of them left. Scott's still going strong, but I know, according to him, he's not going to do it much longer, neither are we. We're in our farewell tour. If you haven't noticed on the videos, they say farewell tour. Because we're doing other things too, as per this and possibly other things. So,
maybe.
What do you think people remember the most? They're going to remember it most as being an alternative to something they've been accustomed to for all their life. They had to watch, well, they didn't have to, but they watched WWE for a majority of their lives, and they said at one point, this is unwatchable. I can't take this. Where is something else I can enjoy my wrestling action? And that's where CW was born. People like Aaron Rift, Wayne Needham, Dr. Pizza, SMF, Josh, Super Dingles, whatever you want to call them, they started that. And then people like me and Sky and ICW and so on jumped on board. And we made it exciting for people to watch. We had so much experience watching wrestling and said, this storyline didn't work, let's try it this way, who can we have? But that's another thing about CW. You can put anybody you want into. You could be like us, you could put in like people from video games, TV shows, movies, whatever. You could be like URW, make your own complete roster. We have original people too, like Soma Charles and Victor Fang and Travis Sunfire, but
the Doctor and Big B and Postmaster.
Right.
We're originals.
Right, but
that's right.
The bottom line is, what do you think people remember the most is because, or what do you think people will remember the most is anyone could have done it. Anybody. Believe me, I didn't think when I started this it would be successful. Believe me, I was sitting there creating people like, this is boring. Is this going to be worth it? So, I remember it as a fun time and a memorable moment on that YouTube channel, that's for sure.
Doctor, any thoughts?
I mean, he summed it up pretty much. You can't ask for a better summary of that. I'm glad I was a part of it. I'm glad, seriously, that you asked me to be part of it. Very glad that Postmaster's here to join us for our final season of DWA.
The Farewell Tour.
Farewell Tour. And we discussed at great lengths whether or not we were going to bring it back. Right. And basically what happened was Big B wasn't happy with the way it ended. So I gave him a storyline. And this is what we're doing. We're going on the storyline that we kind of worked on together. I kind of gave him a way to get there. And this is what we're doing. Everything's building up for the next 2 CPVs. And then, of course, it's going to end. But yeah, he wasn't happy with how it was going to end. And we both agreed that another key factor was the Lance Burton Open. It was such a unique and original idea. We wanted to see it through to interactive insurrection.
And another thing, you know, looking back on it, maybe I should have stopped after Destruction Mania 2, but I kept going, and then I got to a point, it was like mid-voltage, and we were supposed to go to a different game, and I never did, and then now we're here, so, yeah.
From a new user this week,
Ooh, new one.
Flame9118.
Oh.
Due to his recent comments on Twitter, would you like to see Kevin Nash bring back the NWO with CM Punk as the leader?
I think I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that, and hopefully this doesn't go the route of the new Nexus, which lasted about maybe 5 seconds. Not literally,
Like
but
Rick Pitino.
figured. I thought it was 15.
15.
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm getting old.
Right.
Couldn't remember.
It's not figuratively, but not literally, but figuratively, 5 seconds, because new Nexus was there. That was it. That was it. I don't even remember how long there. I don't even remember who was in it besides CM Punk.
Like you said, it would work if it lasts longer than what the new Nexus did. If they actually keep the story angle around for a
And
while.
Vince McMahon doesn't come down to the ring and said, all eras end and the NWO era has come to an end.
Right.
Exactly.
And the thing that I would wonder is, who would be in it? And it would be Punk, and it would be Nash. Who else would they get?
Can't get Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's in bad shape.
You might be able to get Sean Waltman.
He's kind of out of shape, too.
Yeah, but you still might be able to get him.
Billy Gunn.
Billy.
He was in NWO. I think I can make a new one completely.
Could be. We'll see.
Booker T.
From the Michael Cage.
Wrap up before our next commercial break.
What are your thoughts of Austin Aries being TNA champion?
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I kind of like it.
I think Austin Aries is a very great talent. I was hoping... I like Austin Aries. I was hoping he would kind of lose the pay-per-view against Bobby Roode because maybe he thought he would sign a contract with WWE and get him over here and have some incredible matches with like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan like they had in ROH. But Austin Aries is the top of the mountain in TNA. He's a phenomenal talent. I mean, he rivals anybody in WWE.
Phenomenal.
I think him and CM Punk would have a classic match. They were locked up in WWE or TNA or wherever. But yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that I've lived here long enough to know that Austin Aries was here at one point. But I never went to see him, and I wish I had, because Austin Aries is phenomenal. Absolutely.
I agree. I think is one of the things that TNA does right, and I think that it's one of the things that will help build on a foundation, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. It's somebody different. It's somebody that isn't WWE related, which is good. So I like the decision, and I like
we have to go to WWE.
I like the idea of pushing the young talent.
Yeah.
Also from the Michael Cage.
Still going.
We have seen Hulk versus Wolverine, Alien versus Predator, Freddy versus Jason. What would be a crossover that you guys would love to see?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
I bet you like it enough to answer it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm thinking. That's a good one. Crossover, I'd like to see.
I'm going to tell you what I'm saying while he's making up his mind. I would love to see...
I had my answer.
Go ahead.
My answer would probably be, have they ever done Batman vs Superman?
Yes.
They have.
Yes.
Okay.
Not like all-out fight, but they started and then they combined.
I want to see Batman vs Superman, like an all-out war.
All-out war. Well, they kind of did... Let me renege a little bit. They kind of did in The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
At the very end.
The animated movie or comic book?
No, it was this comic book series.
Okay.
It is coming out. The battle I'm referring to is in part 2 of what's going to be coming out. But Superman was hired by the government basically to get rid of Batman, and they did wind up fighting.
Okay, but I do want to see like an all-out epic brawl between Batman and Superman, like over Gotham City and Metropolis, just a huge war, and
I think one of the ones I would like to see also centers around Batman, but I'd like to see 2 universes combined here, just because billionaire versus billionaire, Iron Man versus Batman.
I think I say Ted Turner.
That would be cool.
Captain Planet.
But yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
No Captain Planet allowed.
Captain Pollution.
How about Fred Flintstone versus George Jetson?
Oh my god. And no, I will not be making them in DWA, so stop your brakes right there.
Alright, whatever. From the OMG 345100. Another new user this week.
Awesome.
Do you think that Raw Active is a good addition to Raw for the long run? And this will wrap up our user questions.
Okay, I'm going to answer this in a short, quick answer. In the long run, yes. Starting off, no.
No one knew what the hell it was starting off.
The thing, first and foremost, they didn't do it in the 1000th episode. They debuted it this past week on the 1000th episode, on 1001. And the thing that was really befuddling to me, the choices they had were a street fight, a no-holds-barred match, and a Falls Count Anywhere. What's the difference? What's the difference?
It's all the same.
I think in the long run, too, when they figure it out, I think it'll be...
It's a good addition if you change it up. It's like, okay, you can pick between a ladder match, a TLC match or an holds bar match.
Yeah.
You can use a
One
ladder in all
of
of
these
them.
things just doesn't belong
You
here.
can use a ladder in all of them. So make it different.
All right, so
Gee, thanks for that. That's all I have. I don't have this problem. You know, I was like, oh, there it is, right in front of my face.
So
I'm not deaf yet.
that wraps it up for user questions and comments, and we want to thank everybody for your great interaction. And before we anoint this week's viewer of the week, which the doctor will do, we have a contest running.
We'll describe more of it later, or in the next coming weeks.
But what the deal is, SummerSlam Pick'ems. You know we do our pay-per-view Pick'ems?
August 19th, so it would be not next week, the week after.
Yes, you have until August 19th at 12 noon Eastern. Big B will police this.
Yes.
Post on YouTube your picks for SummerSlam.
And I'll write it down in like a notepad file and everyone's on.
Whoever gets it correctly wins.
Or gets closest.
If there's a tie, we will put the users' names in a hat and do a blind draw.
Okay.
And the winner will receive...
Not one, but two.
First off, a autographed Mike Mondo photo, courtesy of our good friend Terry Bodie, the fan advocate.
But wait! There's more!
A autographed Dolph Ziggler photo, exclusively here on Triple Threat Talk. It was obtained by our good friend Michael Rickard at the WWE House Show this past Sunday in Louisville. So a very cool giveaway for you guys, the viewers, our fans here on Triple Threat Talk. And we will get to the doctor anointing the viewer of the week when we come back.
The Fresh Maker.
And we are back here with Triple Threat Talk. Before we left, I was about ready to give my pick for this week's Viewer of the Week. And I had it. Where's it at?
Boo.
Hold on.
There you go.
60 episodes not prepared.
Oh, shut it. Because of his question of football, I've broken his streak the last two times.
Oh my god.
Well, he didn't get it last week, so.
He didn't, well, no, but the last two times that it was
Sorry, you know where this is going now.
I broke it. I'm going to have to reinstate it.
There we go.
Just because, so he knows I do like him, and he did ask some good questions.
He's got some epic questions this week.
As he always does. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this week's Viewer of the Week, the one, the only, the Buckin' Five.
Yes!
Congratulations, you are this week's Triple Threat Talk
Viewer of the Week!
Your winner and new
Viewer of the Week champion, Buckin' Five. Now, Big B, would you roll that beautiful footage?
There's nothing beautiful about it.
Just roll it. Doctor, give me the news. I got the bad case of the headline blues.
Alright, here we go back to the blind dancing. Stop it.
Sorry.
Wake up.
Sorry.
Pay attention.
So if you guys didn't know,
What didn't you know?
we've got something kind of rare going on the last weekend.
Steak?
And, well, steak too. Steak falls into that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Every now and then, a few nations get together and they do this. They do this thing.
A potluck?
Yeah, a potluck.
A war.
pretty much.
A war.
A war. Well, yeah, a war.
What is it good for?
Absolutely not.
But I'm thinking in this case a little bit more specifically, something about 5 rings being intertwined.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
One ring to
One
rule
ring
them
to
all.
all them all, yeah.
The Olympics are going on.
Oh, that's what he's talking
Olympics
about.
are going on.
I got you.
Rings, countries.
So, we've had a few instances happen over the last few days in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent of which, did you guys know that there is a sport in the Olympics called run walking?
I was practicing for that earlier.
Were you?
I'm going to try for the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro.
That's awesome.
I have some bad news about that.
Are you going to join me?
Well, I was training for it the other day.
Yes.
and I ran into a wall.
Oh, so what's the matter? Are you all right? You look like you're okay to me, although your face isn't looking very good.
So I was doing running walking and I ran into a wall.
Yes.
That's it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
So run walking is an
It's a
Olympic
wall.
sport, and also, did you know that the worldwide phenomenon of badminton is a sport as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Sports
run walking,
badminton.
I gotta say I didn't really pay attention to, but badminton did have an interesting moment. The last couple. Badminton, and interesting.
Please enlighten.
The Koreans and the Chinese
That's
kind
not
of
a
got.
war
I
going
know
on.
that
Jesus.
sounds like a war in itself. The Koreans and the Chinese kind of both had the same idea this past weekend, and what they decided to do was try to lose.
Why would you try to lose me?
That is a fantastic question. Why would you try to lose?
And let me guess, that's a stupid answer.
No, it's actually a decent answer, but still, you get busted for it. The loser of the match was.
What are you doing?
I was trying to find out. I was making a phone call.
Oh, okay.
That's very rude.
Basically, the loser of the match was going to face the weaker opponent, and since both people since they were kind of doing well in their pool, basically, whoever lost the match was going to play the weaker opponent for the third match out of the pool to get to the gold medal better and faster. So they both
played badminton.
They had the same idea, and the Olympic Committee agreed unanimously this morning to throw out 4 teams in badminton, both from China and South Korea. Those teams are gone out of the badminton tournament.
No more badminton for you.
Yeah.
Bad.
You can take your bird and go home. That's what they call it, a bird in badminton. Okay. Another news for the Olympics, the U.S. women's soccer team will be advancing to the quarterfinals. So we're going to see Miss Hope Solo. And the U.S. men's soccer
Alex
team.
Morgan.
Abby Wambach. Hello.
The U.S. men's soccer team will get to watch them play from their
Hello.
couches.
Yeah.
Thank you for ruining my joke. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
So, the gymnastics team for the women, they win gold. The U.S. women, they win gold. Very impressive. Somebody else won a gold medal the other day.
Big B.
Yes.
Did you win gold?
I think he did.
No, I didn't win. I told you I didn't win wrong.
But Michael Phelps won gold medal. Who's that?
Oh, Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Eli Manning?
Oh, you mean the pot smoker?
Oh, no.
No, not that one.
Michael Phelps becomes the most decorated Olympian in history. I gotta give it to him on this one. Gets his 19th medal, and it is gold in the swimming events this last weekend. It was the 800-meter relay. He got that, and it was just phenomenal.
He actually was quoted. He said, I was hoping my team could give me a lead, and they gave it to me. Yeah.
You can't get a much better lead than what he got.
He was begging, please give me a lead, please.
But, however, in
21 Olympic finals, 19 medals.
It's pretty good resume, I would say. Pretty good credentials.
Pretty good credentials.
Pretty good.
Now, I do have to say, along those lines, and this is what I want to kind of get into our first debate on the show today. The 400-meter medley for swimming, Phelps placed out of the medals.
Right.
So, a lot of people were saying at that point that he was washed up. Well, obviously that's a moot point now.
Well, yeah.
And the reason they were saying that is because he placed out of the medals. However, what people were neglecting to remember is that he did not start training for the medley until 9 months ago, whereas Lochte and a few other people in that mix were training for it for the last 4 years.
Right.
He did it as a favor to his coach. His coach asked him. So my question is, not why did he not medal, but why did he not finish last instead of fourth?
Right.
I'm definitely looking at this from a glass half full perspective, because the fact that he finished fourth, like 2 seconds out of the medals, was amazing for a race that he'd only spent 9 months training for. Am I wrong in this?
No. If he finished last, it's what's going on with Phelps? He finished last? What is wrong with him? Fourth and less than a minute off the third. It's really?
So if he'd been training all 4 years, he would have demolished the field.
Exactly.
He needs more than avocado.
I mean, did you see what Ryan Lochte's training schedule is? No other swimmer does this.
Yeah.
He pushes a 650-pound tire up and down a driveway to get warmed up. Nobody does that.
Insane.
And he still barely could handle Michael Phelps on a race that he was only training for 9 months.
Right.
It was ridiculous. And the other point about the Olympics I wanted to point out was this year they banned the full body suits in swimming that took Beijing by storm 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They said that they were too big of an advantage. The cost, a little bit of a cost perspective, if it's worth an extra second or two to you, then go ahead and purchase it and our suits will help you. Well, this year the Olympic Committee went ahead and said no more of these suits because people were setting way too many world records or whatever and the like, okay? This year we've already had 4 world records set in the water alone. And that's without the suits.
Right.
So do you think the Olympic Committee's kind of kicking themselves for even talking about this?
One other thing they're probably kicking themselves in the head is, well, Big B, I think that your rifle's a little illegal down there, so we're going to take that away from you. However, we're going to give you this rifle here, but yet still going to shoot 99 straight skeets. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
That's insane.
That is insane. 99 out of 100.
That's pretty good for Rhoda. She is phenomenal. She's 5 straight gold medals.
Yeah.
If you notice it too, you don't have to be young anymore to be an Olympic athlete.
No,
There's
like
definitely some
40s.
Yeah, they're 40s.
Isn't there like an 80-year-old
equestrian? Yeah. And here's another amazing thing. Okay, another amazing fact. South Korea on their men's archery team, and I'm not making this up.
Ultra.
He is legally blind in both eyes, and he is on their archery team because
I'm not standing by the target.
That makes you feel worse.
He feels it out. Like he just does what he's always done before he started going legally blind.
That's epic.
That is amazing.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Epic.
And he is an Olympian. And I mean, obviously, they got the bronze. No, they got the bronze in marksmanship. I mean, it's just amazing.
Big B, would you do our good fans and viewers a favor here? And before we move on, would you give us a medal update, please?
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, a pretty tight race between China and USA. It's been that way since the beginning.
USA took the lead for a little bit, then China got back
so we'll see. We may come out on top for most medals, but
the thing it was kind of painful to watch archery between the finals were USA and Italy. And Italy won by 1 point. 1 point.
Yeah.
That guy is like stone cold. Like he is so cold-blooded. The guy for Italy.
Yeah, we were up by 9. If he got a 9, it would have been a tie. He got a 10 by like 1 inch.
It's like wow.
Yeah. One other thing I did want to say also. Misty May Turner and Carrie Walsh have not lost a set.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and 3 Olympics
domination. Definitely.
They have not lost a set in beach volleyball. Just amazing. And also, anything else for the Olympics before we wrap
up? Say how tennis is going. Wimbledon. Very different to see the players wearing their country colours as opposed to the classic white of Wimbledon. So it's very nice to see the countries be represented as their attires are. Isner still alive for USA? I believe Roddick might still be alive. I'm not positive. Venus Williams is out, but Serena's still alive. Federer is just cruising along. Although he's out in doubles, which he won gold in 2008 with Wawrinka in Beijing, but he's still alive in singles. Murray's cruising along. Djokovic had a little hiccup today with Hewitt, which I wanted to see Hewitt win, but Djokovic stayed the course and did very well. I think it's very exciting to see the Olympics at Wimbledon this way because, like I said, used to seeing them all in white and it's all like, quiet, like shh, but it's all like getting behind the country, all the flags. It's very exciting to see the players, get some support from the fans in the stands from the country support. So.
Right, all right.
Now we're going to go off to Postmaster for a little bit of a NASCAR update.
Little breaking news today out of the world of NASCAR.
Breaking news.
A.J. Allmendinger, the saga for this gentleman continues. He was officially fired today by Penske Racing.
So first, he gets a drug test.
Fails.
Positive. It fails.
Fails. Yeah.
Then the B test fails again.
Fails again.
And it's
he's put on from temporary suspension to indefinite suspension.
And then you're fired.
Thank you for that.
Not what you want to hear.
Not what you want to hear.
So now, I asked you this earlier and I want you to say it on the air.
Okay.
So, A.J. Allmendinger was fired from Penske Racing.
Yeah, correct.
Can he race on his own?
He can, but it's going to be one tall task. He he could potentially, like somebody said the other day, he's probably going to need at least $3 to $5 million, and then he could start his own team, but he would have to have the sponsorship. He would have to have the manufacturer backing, whether it be from Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, Toyota. It's going to be tough to get back in the sport. You may see him back in IndyCar again.
Right.
I don't know. You may see him in some other smaller forms of racing. It's hard to tell at this moment. But anyway, this past weekend, the Brickyard 400, Jimmy Johnson yet again. Another Brickyard 400 that is 4, tying him with Jeff Gordon, his childhood hero Rick Mears, for 4 wins at Brickyard. Absolute domination this past Sunday. Also on Saturday was the inaugural nationwide race. There had never been anything other than IndyCar and NASCAR and a couple other things. There's never been a lower league NASCAR race there. And Brad Keselowski picked up the win. And Sam Hornish Jr., who is replacing Allmendinger indefinitely for the foreseeable future with Penske. So a Penske Racing 1-2 finish for the inaugural nationwide race at Brickyard, which makes sense because Roger Penske is the all-time winningest owner at the Brickyard with 17 Brickyard victories before Saturday.
Last question to you about this NASCAR topic before we move on. Bottom, point blank right here. Would you hire A.J. Allmendinger if you had a team?
No. I don't think so, because if he's done it once, there's a good chance he's probably going to do it again.
Before we get to the commercial break, one more quick note on headlines. Football actually begins this week with the Hall of Fame game between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Bounties.
We'll cover that.
There's something I want to talk about that.
Okay.
But
yeah. There's definitely some breaking news. We're going to cover football, the slight beginning of football, when we come back after the break.
Oh, babe, check this out. Hey, come on. You want a little chippy? You want a Dorito? Are you hungry? I want to get a Dorito.
Babe, don't hurt my dog.
Come on, get a chip. Come on, get a chip. Get a chip. Come on. Here we go.
started. I can actually probably do that.
Okay.
You can help me with it. We're back. Go ahead. Leave it back in.
So we're sitting here discussing. Welcome back to Triple Threat. We're having a little bit of a conversation.
As per the Memphis commercial, things happen during commercial.
Kind of benefiting you guys. We're talking about that fantasy league and how we're going to kind of work it out. Mr. Postmaster, as you may have heard, said that he thinks he can work it out.
Yep.
The thing we have to figure out is the semantics of the draft, how the draft will be handled.
Got time.
We got a little bit of time.
Not much, but we have time.
So we definitely want to try to figure something out, how we're going to be able to draft from the people that aren't here. Got a couple things to figure out, but before the break we were talking about the start of football.
Right.
The bounty, the New Orleans Bounties are going to be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals for the Hall of Fame game. So that means we're less than 2 weeks away from the start of preseason.
You know what I say about that?
Right, there's no more.
Wait,
there's no more 4-game preseason, is there?
No, there's not.
You know what I say about that?
What?
Yes! 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 Football! Our second favorite topic is back, and we're excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Pick'ems are back.
Yeah, Pick'ems will be back starting the first week of regular season. I plan on woefully defending my championship against my esteemed and challenging co-host.
I think I gave you more of a fight than he did.
I think I was in it until like week 7. I just kind of drifted away.
You're sailing away.
There was 1 week where I had top dome. I think went 13-3 1 week.
But football, however, is still in the news as Dante Whitner from the San Francisco 49ers and Shay Shanley of the New Orleans Saints are in a battle of the words on Twitter. How talking about the bounty thing, and Shanley basically said back to Dante Whitner he needs to shut up. And this is where a fail of a quote comes in from Shanley. He says the 49ers have no rings, whereas the Saints have one and working on another. Not only is that comment wrong once,
it's idiotic,
but it's wrong twice. First and for the obvious reason that is wrong is the fact that the 49ers have not only one, not two, not three, not four, but five Super Bowl victories.
Do your research.
And no losses to that Super Bowl.
5-0.
5-0, which is amazing.
Saints are 1-1.
The Saints are 1-1, and the other part of the statement that is absolutely ludicrous, working on another. You all just got penalized beyond belief.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're last in your own division.
I mean, seriously.
We're working on another. In what league?
They could probably still beat the Buccaneers.
I think they could still beat the Buccaneers.
Okay, and probably the Carolina Panthers.
No, I don't think that.
He had a heck of a rookie season.
That offense is going to be high.
I know we're in the football mode, but
I mean,
we shall see.
Yeah, I mean,
we shall see.
I just sometimes I can't fathom the idiocy that comes out of these people's mouths.
So before we move to wrestling,
what are we pick-ups here?
Really? For the Hall of Fame game?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it's the first game of the season.
Oh my God!
We're not going to do pick-ups to the Hall of Fame. You don't even know what's going to happen. Their starters aren't even going to be playing.
Okay. Me and you could play in the Hall of Fame game.
Yes!
Come on.
Touchdown epics.
Anyway.
All right. I picked New Orleans to move player.
Whatever. Anyway, here's the situation.
Yes.
The New Orleans Saints are in the game. Yeah. There's a New Orleans Saint being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Friday night at the Hall of Fame dinner, the entire New Orleans Saints team is going to be present, along with a certain commissioner named Roger Goodell.
It's gonna be fun.
Here's the question I posed to you, and this was posed earlier. Do you see the Saints making any type of scene or gesture in that public place towards Roger Goodell, or will they kind of sit there with their hands up?
Positively or negatively?
Either. Will they make any kind of... Like, will they boo? Will they thumbs down? Will they clap? Will they just sit on their hands and not do nothing?
I have a feeling
what will they do?
I have a feeling they won't be disrespectful. I would maybe slightly lean towards they might acknowledge him and ask him some kind of question regarding it. But I doubt they're going to approach the subject at all because they know it's a very...
I don't mean the subject. I mean just with him being there in general. Are they going to disrespect him in one of the most prestigious events in the NFL?
When I said subject, I was referring to Goodell. I don't think they're going to approach the subject in as far as Goodell's concerned because I think they're not really on good terms with him to begin with.
No.
Vilma's suing him anyway, so he's going to be like, hey, how's it going? It's like, really? Get out of my face. So I think they're going to try to have to hold their tongue during that dinner and just accept the punishment that they were dealt and kind of not have to either not look at Roger Goodell or just nod and say, hey, how's it going, and leave it at that.
I think with this upscale of an event, I think what they're going to do is the most they might take it is they may not shake his hand.
Right.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, though, that they're not really going to cause a scene or boo him because... You also have to take into consideration the people that are being inducted that night, with one of their own brothers being inducted, and several other well-deserving
Curtis Martin
being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think that they'll show respect on that level. If it was maybe another event, I could maybe see some boos. Awesome. But I don't look for a handshake between the Saints and Roger.
I say this. If there is a handshake, it'll be from Drew Brees.
Possibly.
That would be the only one that would be because Drew Brees is a class act. He's not going to. He'll obviously, even if it's for public light, he will, maybe. But I agree with you. I think they're not going to boo. They won't do anything to be disrespectful, especially with one of their own players being inducted in. I think they'll just sit on their hands, be good little boys and girls.
Good little boys and girls. We're Saints.
Yes.
We're going to be putting you in a timeout. Come on.
Big B.
Postmaster.
This week.
Yes.
Very interesting stuff from OVW.
Now, before we get into this, our original idea was to interview them together, Mr. Jamin Olivencia and Johnny Spade. Okay? But the rivalry between them has heated up so much they can't even be in the same ring with each other, much less the same room, 2 inches apart in a sit-down interview. So we're going to hear from the champion last, okay? Postmaster got to sit down with Johnny Spade, the champion, all right? I got to sit down with this man, Mr. Jamin Olivencia. Check it out. What's up, fans of Triple Threat Talk? This is the Doctor. I'm accompanied here right now by one Mr. Jamin Olivencia. Mr. Olivencia, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. How you doing?
I can't complain. My esteemed co-host earlier, colleague, as you might suspect, he interviewed Mr. Johnny Spade, the reigning champion. So we wanted to get you here as the challenger, because I'm not sure people realize it, because you've got a little bit of a big match coming up on Saturday. Something little about the World Championship, something like that.
Yeah, it's something real tiny, and I'm not talking about the OVW Heavyweight Championship. I'm talking about Johnny Spade. Basically, John, it's getting to the point with you and I where things are getting a little bit intense, and I don't appreciate a lot of the things you said to me, and I'm sure you don't appreciate the things I said to you. However, at the end of the day, we put that all aside. This is about the OVW Heavyweight Championship. And Johnny, you better listen to me closely. Real close. Because this is my favorite part. Oh yeah, me, Jamin Olivencia, is going to beat you. You got that? Is going to beat you. And there's not going to be anything you can do about it. And I will be the greatest OVW heavyweight champion there will ever be. Now, how do you like that one, Spade? See you at the Saturday night special. Good luck.
It was definitely some powerful words here. Now, I know you said see him at the Saturday night special, but I did want to ask you one more thing.
Okay.
You two, and whenever we look at these things from the outside, sometimes we can lose face that you guys kind of maybe sort of used to be, are still kind of friends. But I've realized that last week he did super kick you, and he did make reference to that in his interview. But what my esteemed colleague forgot to ask him is, where do you guys stand on your friendship? Because we know these championships can get in the way. So I think maybe people want to know.
It's not championships that get in the way. It's the spirit of competition. It's the spirit of being number one. Number one, I'm the best. Number two, Johnny Spade, that's where you sit. You got that? So, no, it's not personal. It never, it gets personal, it gets rough, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's about the OVW Heavyweight Championship, and it's going home to me. If you can't understand that, then I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Now, as far as friendship goes, John, sure, I'm your friend. I'll be your friend after this, after I beat you.
Mr. Olivencia, thank you for your time. I know you guys got a house show to get to.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Keep it up here for Triple Threat Talk, and stay tuned on this match because we are following this closely. For Triple Threat Talk, this is the Doc and
Jamin Olivencia. Oh, did I say that right? No, it's Jamin Olivencia. Can you spell that? I'll do it for you. Jamin, last name Olivencia, O-L-I-V is in Victor, E-N-C-I-A. Peace.
Good stuff there from Mr. Olivencia. Man, I felt the intensity up there.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty.
He didn't scare me like Rocco scared you.
Well, Johnny Spade told us before. One of the main reasons why we did not interview them together. Johnny Spade said,
"I just super kicked him."
and I quote, "I just super kicked his teeth down his throat." Do you really think I'm going to sit down and sit right next to the guy? Because I might just feel like doing it again. I was like, okay.
Save it for Saturday. Save it for Saturday. Acknowledged.
So, Big B.
Message sent and message received.
Big B OVW last week. Some interesting stuff, and you want to tell us all about it.
Absolutely. So, this past week, was the second I was before the special on August 4th. Rogue Navy Blue, we met him a couple times. Nice guy. Pretty nice guy. Nice guy out the ring. You get him in the ring, it's a different story. Pretty tall dude, a lot of power, but he took on Ryan Howe, and let's be honest, they're pushing Ryan Howe at this point because he wasn't tough enough. They want to make him. He was an OVW alum before, so they want to kind of push him more. So Ryan Howe was victorious in that match with an impressive blockbuster. He has some impressive moves, but I need to see more from Ryan, other than his guitar playing skills. He's a good guitar player, but as a wrestler, he needs to show me more.
So, you saw in those interviews with Spade and Olivencia, personal competition between Johnny Spade and Olivencia broke out, and it was very heated. Some things were said, very personal.
About his dad.
About Jamin saying he had a broken ankle. And,
no, that was from the week before.
Yeah, that was the week before. Well, I'm just,
Yeah.
And then, as Olivencia said about, like, his dad was, like, in debt.
Yes. And an addict.
Right.
Dead.
And didn't stick well with Spade at all. So, Taylor Hendricks took on Jesse Bell in a non-title match. And Jesse Bell actually pulled the upset on Taylor with a move that kind of, I think, knocked Taylor out for a little while.
That was a very epic move.
That was a cheap shot, and I won't be standing for that against one Miss Taylor Hendricks. She is a saint, okay?
Okay. Good for you.
She is not a prostitute.
All right, so that would set up a match for them, the Saturday special, I believe. Jesse Bell versus Taylor Hendricks for the women's title.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. All right.
Like it or not.
So now we go to the TV title. Tony Gunn was supposed to take on Muhammad Ali Fayez.
It's the champion.
Right.
Exactly.
But for some unknown reason, Allah was nowhere to be found.
What the heck?
Ali.
There you go.
What the heck?
Rob Terry came out.
I don't know.
With the title.
What?
Threw it in the ring.
Guess that's all that's left of it. Rob Terry must have killed him.
Rob Terry ate the rest.
Actually, funny story. Someone in the arena said that's all that's left of him, and actually made it on TV. And I heard
That's hilarious.
It got some laughs. Like it was perfect silence. Threw the belt in the ring. Dead silence. That's all that's left of him. Check out the episode. You're definitely hearing it. So Tony Gunn was awarded the TV title by forfeit.
Yeah.
So
Tony Gunn.
I don't know where Ali is.
Ralphie. Hey, I'll be honest with you. If there was someone else who was going to hold the television title, not the World Heavyweight Champion, but the television title, other than Muhammad Ali Fayez, I would want it to be Tony Gunn.
I don't know where he is. Rob Terry obviously took him out somewhere.
He might still be laying in the back asleep. Rob Terry laid
Hey,
out.
wake up.
There you go.
So another matchup in the Nightmare Cup. And I think you were confused about the Nightmare Cup. Pretty much the Nightmare Cup, what it is a tag team tournament. You don't win the tag team titles, but you get a Nightmare Cup, and I would presumably
you get a cup.
I would presumably guess
It's a cup.
You get a cup.
I would guess that you get a shot at tag titles.
All
So
right.
Bowling Services 2.0, Rocco Bellagio and Jason Wayne
I'm Rocco.
took on the mobile homers.
Ted McPhaler and Adam Raphael.
Oh, come on. Ted McNail and Adam Revolver, come on. And the mobile homers, in my opinion, actually pulled the upset.
You think that's an upset, really?
I would think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. In any event, they advanced to the finals.
Finals, yes.
Right? So that'll take place at Saturday Night Special as well. So there was some entrance display by Sylvia and Compton to see who was more entertaining. I'm pretty sure that's setting up some with Sylvia and Compton. There's actually some more things tonight. We can't say. Just watch the show on Blip TV on Saturday.
It was pretty funny.
It's very, very entertaining. And then the main event, Jamie Levin took on Rob Terry. In the main event, before Jamie could get the 3, the best team ever interfered trying to save their boy, the family, Rob Terry. And Jamie won by disqualification. And then Johnny Spade paid him back for all the personal anguish that he verbally caused him earlier in the night. He kicked his teeth down his throat.
Skeet.
He kicked his teeth down his throat. Jamin all up. He popped him in the mouth, a super kick. So that ended OVW.
And with that, before we get into any other coverage, check out the interview that Postmaster did with Johnny Spade.
This is Postmaster Jones here at the Danny Davis Arena, and I'm sitting next to none other than the one and only OVW heavyweight champion himself, Mr. Johnny Spade. Johnny, it's a pleasure to have you as always on the show. As we all know, this Saturday night, probably one of the most anticipated matches in the history of OVW.
Yeah, I guess it is. Let's see, I guess all the smart marks are building this up on the internet, so whatever. I've already beat Jamin once, and I plan on beating him again. The only problem with Jamin is every time he seems to get his title shots, he doesn't win. I mean, I keep winning, so if I'm getting my shots and I keep winning, obviously the company's going to continue to get behind me. Why wouldn't they? You know, who else is going to be the face of the company other than me? And if I sound hillish, I apologize. All the fans know I'm not like that. But let's get real. This right now is about who wants to be the top and who wants to make the money here. And right now, I'm the top guy and I make the most money. Jamin's got an issue with that, then he needs to beat me. Enough said.
So, you know, going into this rivalry, it's built, you know, you guys are friends, you guys have a past as friends or whatever. But here, over the last couple weeks, this rivalry has really heated up. I mean, 2 weeks ago at the contract signing, you had some heated words exchanged. And then last week got really personal between the two of you.
Yeah.
He even made some kind of remarks about your father that I'm sure you didn't take too kindly.
No.
And if people saw the end of OVW last week, they saw that you proceeded to put your foot down Jamin's throat.
Yeah, I'm sure he's had to fix that jaw around a few times in the past week. But I mean, why wouldn't he? I mean, you bring my family into this. I can understand we went personal. I went personal. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point, we've been for the last 2 weeks trying to say things to take each other out of game. Friendship all aside, we still have to make a living. I mean, I have a daughter that I got to take care of, and when I get in here, I have to be better than the next guy. Guys like you, guys like these fans, girls, guys, I don't care who it is. I have to make sure they remember me before they remember Jamin when they walk out that door. Every day when he gets in that ring with me, whether we talk, whether we wrestle, I will be the best at what I do. They will not leave talking about Jamin. They will leave talking about Johnny Spade. That's why I get paid. That's why I'm the heavyweight champion.
All right, well, I'm almost positive it's going to be an awesome show this Saturday. Johnny, you always you put on the show for the fans. I know you're all business. You're more than talk. You walk the walk as well.
I appreciate it. I try.
And I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to entertain and electrify the Danny Davis Arena this Saturday.
I will do everything that I can. I promise you, if you come on Saturday, you're going to see nothing less than what I do. And they might say it. Jericho and CM Punk might say it. But in my opinion, I'm just not nationally known. But I am the best in the world. And you will find out. And Jamin knows it. And he's going to find out again. Spade Olivencia 2, I go back on top. Heavyweight champ. Promise you that, sucker.
All right, this is Postmaster Jones here at the Danny Davis Arena. We want to thank Johnny Spade for the interview, and we can't wait for this Saturday for the Saturday night special. Spade versus Olivencia Part 2 should be a good one. So we're back here, and that was a very good interview by Mr. Spade. You can tell he is all business.
So, you can check out all of OVW's, what we can't bring to you, the Fan Advocate can. Go to www.thefanadvocate.com and go to ovwrestling.com for all their latest
news and stuff. And also, you can always go to channel 130 WKY on Saturdays at 1 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Presumably, I prefer you watch it at 1 o'clock this week because Saturday Night Special will be going on at 9 o'clock. So watch it at 1 o'clock this Saturday. Get you hyped up for the Saturday Night Special.
Or you can watch it tomorrow on Blip TV.
Now, before we get into this, and I'm kind of dropping this on him at the right now. Kind of dropping this on you before we get into WWE.
Okay.
Is it possible for us to start off this WWE segment with Chris Jericho's tout?
If you want me to.
Yes.
Okay. Well, are we done with OVW?
No, yeah, we're done with OVW.
You want a preview Saturday Night Special, though? Because you wanted my pick. You wanted my pick.
But we don't. Do we know all the matches?
We know most of them.
We know most of them?
Yes.
I just want your pick for the main event.
You don't want my pick for anything else?
No.
Okay. What about the Nightmare Cup?
Yeah.
No. Michael Hayes is in it.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes.
We're not on film right now.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. We're sitting here like,
We're on film.
No, we're not. We're like not on film at all.
We're filming.
We're filming. That camera's on. That's
what?
You know, look, you're on.
You're on. Great hi.
Hi.
But I mean, the people that are left in the Nightmare Cup: Michael Hayes and James Thomas.
Okay.
I believe best team ever still alive.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
And Mobile Homers are still alive.
No, they're not.
Best team over's not. Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah, still alive.
Yeah.
And Mobile Homers.
I think the Mobile Homers.
So I'm gonna pick James Moose Thomas
and Michael Hayes.
I'm gonna pick the Mobile Homers.
I think I have Mobile Homers.
And then the other pick we'll do before we get into WWE, I'm gonna take Spade to win.
Okay. He wanted to know my pick, and I was flip flopping.
As you did.
Worse than a politician.
Thank you. They fought at Derby Expo 5 the last time Spade was champion, and Spade got the better of him. He kicked his butt. His words, not mine. And I just think this is Jamin's time. I think Jamin's time is here. Now, I like Spade a lot. I think Spade's a great talent. Believe me, Spade's one of the people I respect most in that company. Because I'll tell you now, when I first saw Spade, I thought nothing of him. I tell you now, I did not. But I've watched him ever since we started doing this, and I think Spade is a heck of a talent. He deserves more than he gets. He deserves to be in TNA and beyond. Absolutely. I say that to you, Spade. I definitely agree with that. But I think this is Jamin's time. I think it's Jamin's time to win that belt and carry it.
I say hogwash. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Not that Jamin doesn't deserve it, but Spade hasn't had.
You know what I say? That's what I say to you. Johnny Spade. Johnny Spade. That's right, fella.
As you can look around, you're surrounded. Take a 360-degree look. You're not at Davis Arena.
I don't care.
I can tell.
With that being said, let's break into WWE coverage with Chris Jericho's.
I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby!
Did you have to do that? Maybe people didn't see it.
I'm sure they saw.
I'm sure it was all over everywhere. Jesus.
Chris Jericho's hilarious tout.
But yeah, so the funny thing is, we were contemplating.
We almost
we were at this. We were at the house show here in Louisville at Broadbent Arena, the Sunday night house show of Raw, which is very good, by the way. We would have been on.
Even though we know what happened.
But we were contemplating. He was saying, "Well, if I can find good tickets, we can go." Ultimately, we decided not to, and good thing we didn't, because the U.S. Bank Arena caught on fire.
Part of it.
Part of it. But
well, the Titantron caught on fire.
Yeah. And then as a result, there were no pyro. Del Rio could come out in his car.
Yeah, I know. No Del Rio. No pyro. No fireworks.
It was lame.
Nada.
Nothing. No cane fireworks or anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I tell you what was fireworks.
But very scary because we had some friends there at the arena. And I know what was going on. It was just there's a fire.
Yeah, so. It went on Facebook that there's a fire at the U.S. Bank Arena. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, is everyone okay?"
I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And they
Are they canceling Raw?
When I went to the show, it was obviously heard on the Cincinnati News. It was a big story. But luckily they got it fixed and they got the show. The show must go on, as they say. So.
That's right. So Randy Orton returns.
Yes, he did.
And yet again, Heath Slater puts somebody else over.
Yeah.
This is getting old.
Heath Slater.
Give the man something.
This is all, like I said, this is, like, I know we talk about business side, this is a perfect opportunity. Randy Orton come back to Raw. Yes, they want to get him back because his suspension's over. His punishment is done.
By the way, was that one of the most, I know it wasn't nowhere near Evan Bourne's stature, but that was a very vicious RKO.
That's pretty good though. Randy Orton came back and his suspension's over, the handcuffs are off. But I think this thing with Slater with the Legends and this thing with Randy Orton now.
I think it's tied together.
But I was to say this is good for Slater because he's getting over as well as anybody is right now, even though he's getting his butt kicked. But he's gonna get his eventually. He's gonna get a title shot, the U.S. title. He's gonna win it. He's getting what he deserves in the long run, I guess you could say.
He's the one-man band, baby!
Right, thank you.
That's what he says.
That's what he says.
Sheamus defeated Daniel Bryan in the first ever Raw active match.
It was a street fight, but it could have been no holds barred. It could have been false count. Who knows? So, but yeah, the Raw active, I like the initiative they're trying to do here. I get where they're going, but kind of mix it up, please.
Daniel Bryan was committed for being insane by a couple of guys who looked kind of familiar.
I saw some guy looked like Dylan Bostic, but I wasn't sure if it was him. And then some guy, Jamin Oli Vancia,
something like that. Yeah. Damien Sandow beat up Brodus Clay. That's a nice little note.
Well, the reason I put it in there is I know we talk about, like I said, we talk about the business side. Yeah, I think
we usually don't cover everything.
Well, I'm saying this is good because not only I think with DX was good for him to get him out there in the limelight to push him, but people like seeing Brodus Clay out there. He's good for the kids, whatever. And Damien Sandow interrupted him, and I think this pushes him even further, getting him over going over as a really good heel because Brodus Clay's a fan favorite. He's big with the kids, whatever. They want Sandow to be a really good heel, and I think they achieved that by him taking out Brodus Clay.
So, and another reason that we don't usually, I know we usually don't cover everything on Raw. At least lately we haven't been. It's something we do have to cover here.
Absolutely.
Titus O'Neil and Kofi Kingston got into a little tussle.
Well, it was a one-on-one contest.
Titus O'Neil defeated him.
Right.
But not before AEW got off some very disparaging remarks.
Yeah, the thing about this is they came back from commercial, like Michael Cole said, and I quote, I want to apologize.
King said.
No, Michael Cole did.
It was King. Promise you.
King, Michael Cole, apples, oranges, whatever. One of them said that AEW made some off-color remarks and wanted to apologize. I didn't hear them first off. I did not hear them.
I didn't think anything of it.
I read them later, and I was like, well, it was bad. It should have been said because it was on air, but it wasn't horrible. It was pretty bad.
It wasn't dangerous.
It was not
for a show that prides itself on PG and family program. It was not a smart move to make.
Pushing the border.
Bottom line, it was dumb. It was dumb to say.
It was dumb to say.
Absolutely.
Turns out though, he will not be reprimanded, but Tensai will be.
Tensai. We're not going to repeat what Tensai said.
No.
It was bad.
That was bad.
Yes, he
and we're not even going to repeat what AEW said, but
you know, it's all out there.
John Cena took on the Big Show in the main event. Then AJ set up a triple threat talk
Triple threat talk, really? Yes, AJ set up triple threat talk. Yeah.
Set up a triple threat talk match.
Line it up.
So
now you don't join me.
That's gonna happen at SummerSlam.
Now they know the big announcement. The cat's out of the bag. We're working with AJ. See? You let it early.
Congratulations, Triple Threat Talk is working with AJ. Let's light it up.
Hey, one thing I would know. Are you Daniel Bryan?
No.
Fail.
Are you Daniel Bryan?
Yes.
Were you about to marry AJ Lee?
Yes.
Were you at one time the world champion?
Yes. That was hilarious. That was the funniest promo.
But now he's saying no.
And he now comes out with a no shirt.
So, but like I said, those pictures over there, the Dolph Ziggler and the Mike Mondo one we're gonna get with for SummerSlam.
That's the big announcement. We're out of here. See you guys next week.
That's gonna come up to SummerSlam Pick'ems, but
actually, before we get into the big announcement, we'll go ahead and wrap up the usual formalities here. Do you have a wild card this week? Big announcement out of the way. Out of the bag. You don't have a wild card?
No, I do not.
You have a wild card?
No.
Okay. I have a little bit of a wild card.
Not really. Big announcement.
Well, no, I do have a little bit of a wild card. This morning I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and I heard him say one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard anyone say. And I'm not going to give him Idiot of the Week on it, because usually Colin's kind of decent about this stuff.
That already.
Yeah, we have Colin Cowherd as Idiot of the Week anyway a couple times. I did want to correct him on something. For those of you guys that listen to ESPN, he said that that the Dallas Cowboys were the #1 merchandise in all of world sports, and clearly that's a very big mistake verbally. The biggest seller of sports paraphernalia is now and probably forever will be Manchester United.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just insane. The Cowboys don't even come close to them.
Not globally.
Not
maybe,
globally.
Maybe in Texas.
Maybe in Texas, but over $1 billion sold in product each year for Manchester United. It's just ridiculous. They sell here. They sell in London, obviously. They sell abroad. It's just ridiculous. The Yankees are second, and the Cowboys are probably in the fourth.
They're up there.
They're in the third, fourth, maybe fifth slot.
Top five.
Yeah. The 49ers aren't up there. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Because I know people are like, "Oh, he's just on the four." No, I'm trying.
Not this time.
That's facts. But yeah, I mean, it was just clearly a very big misnomer.
Right.
So guys, you guys want to take one more break? Leave them hanging one more time?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to.
One more break, and then when we come back, the big, huge, enormous announcement.
Hey, Nick Dinsmore here. Do you have the dream of becoming a pro wrestler? Well, I did, and I came to Ohio Valley Wrestling. Join the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class today. I'm a former WWE superstar. I'm a former 9-time Ohio Valley Wrestling heavyweight champion, and I can train you to be the best today. For all the information regarding the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class, go to obwrestling.com and click on school. Join the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class today. obwrestling.com, click on school.
Welcome back to Triple Threat Talk, everybody. Postmaster during the break did actually say he had an Idiot of the Week, and I kind of agree with him. So since he brought it up, I'm going to let him take it to the win. And then I promise you we will give you our big announcement.
All right. So, we all know the horrific tragedies that occurred in Colorado.
Yes.
Linked to Batman.
It's not long.
Apparently, some people find it funny to make jokes already, and a certain individual will be the one and only Mr. Dane Cook. The comments that were made, he said them in his stand-up show. I won't repeat what he said. It doesn't need repeating. He actually got more, it kind of got, not really boos, but kind of like jeers.
It was like shock.
Yeah, I think it was more of like, wow, I can't believe he's going there already.
You went there? Really?
Really? Well, by going there, it makes you an idiot. Because
that's the definition of too soon.
That was way too soon. Well, it shouldn't be, there shouldn't be no jokes. I mean, people will always make jokes about things they shouldn't make jokes about. They make jokes about anything. I mean, we make.
You can make jokes about the shooter or maybe and how he looks, but definitely not about the victims.
The Joker look he's got.
Right, exactly.
Not about the victims.
Dane Cook, you're a moron. You, my friend, went over the line.
You didn't go over the line. You're so far past the line.
It's ridiculous, and you should I don't know, but yes, terrible. Dane Cook, you're this week's Triple Threat Talk Idiot of the Week.
And without further ado, the big announcement. We're going to kind of go into this, but there is a little bit of a story here.
Big B.
And I did want to go ahead and tell the story.
Well, before we get into the story,
here's the story.
Let's show them this.
Hey, all right.
This is great.
I'm liking the new dig.
Wow, this is nice.
Check this out. I could get used to this. This is great.
Hey, I like the setup too. It's very nice. All right,
put my stuff down right here.
Got this awesome TV.
What's up? What's up down right here, I guess?
Hey guys,
right here. What's that?
Hey guys, Jets paraphernalia. Yeah, because that's gonna pay dividends.
Wait a minute.
I guess.
Hey, Raw's on.
Hey, all right.
Raw's on.
All right, good.
By the way, did you guys happen to check out the bedroom?
No, I haven't
That's
seen
a good
it.
idea. I'll go check them out.
Okay.
And while you're there, I did happen to order us some pizza to get while we're watching Raw. So
Okay. Pizza and wrestling sounds good to me.
dang, that was fast.
Yeah,
It
really.
must be here already. Let me go see who's at the door.
All right.
Holy cow, Big B!
Whoa, it's Papa
Slice!
Wow.
Yeah! Woo!
Bring that pizza on over.
Come on over here. Have a seat. Join us, Papa Slice.
Join us, why don't you?
Just have a seat. Sit it right there. Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
You're good. Yep.
Papa, are you kidding me?
I know, right?
Papa Slice. Hey, Doctor, Papa Slice delivered our pizza.
Hey, all right.
All right. All right. This is great.
All right. Yeah.
Have a seat. Join us. Join us. Wrestling's on. Wrestling.
Oh my goodness, what a day, what a day, what?
Terry!
Hey,
Terry, what's up?
Hey, Terry,
Look
what's
who's
going
here,
on?
Terry.
Papa Slice.
Big B, Postmaster,
Hey.
Papa Slice, what?
Terry.
You're just in time.
Terry.
Law's on.
Yeah,
And
what
we just
I
found out.
typed it.
Well, we just found out that John Cena and the Big Show are going to fight CM Punk at SummerSlam. Championship.
I typed it, I just wanted to,
What are they doing here?
We fucking knew.
well, Cheryl, you remember, obviously you remember Mr.
Hey,
Slice.
Terry,
You remember
you're
Papa Slice.
blocking the shot, Terry. I can't see.
Terry, please, The Rock is on, and he's way more epic than you. Get out of the way of the TV,
Can't
please.
see.
And you remember Postmaster, and you remember Big B.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Doctor!
Our buddy, the doctor's here too.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Terry.
And of course, the doctor from our buddies at Triple Threat Talk. Guys, what are you doing here?
You told us that this is our new home now.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
You said this is our new home.
That just
Mr.
happened.
Slice.
It did.
And he, believe it or not, Mr. Slice brought us pizza. He was our delivery driver.
I know you're
How
befuddled, Terry, but it's true.
How awesome is that we get Mr. Slice as our own personal delivery driver?
Guys, and Slice, brother, you know I love you. You know, being the mascot of the fan advocate that you are. But guys, Triple Threat Talk is moving to its new home at thefanadvocate.com.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Well, I just want to warn you in advance, I'm sorry.
Well, hey, look, while you're here, there's chores to do.
Okay, that's cool. I'll go raid them.
Wait. What are you sorry for?
Well, you may not be able to go to the bathroom for a while.
Wait, what?
Okay.
I kind of, well, I thought toilet paper.
No.
You have bathroom duty.
No.
Good job, Postmaster.
I'm gonna go clean the fridge.
I can go to that. I'll go take the garbage out. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Hey Terry, also the toilet won't flush.
Jerry, we got the problem. I'm gonna need some Lysol, Pine Sol, and a scrub brush.
They're your friends.
Okay, all right. Fans, bottom line is this. You can see all of Triple Threat Talks, episodes, blogs, and everything at their new home of thefanadvocate.com. I'm pleased to have them as part of the family. Pleased to see my buddy Mr. Slice here as well. And guys, welcome to your new home. triplethreattalk.com, thefanadvocate.com, and Papa John's A trio of pleasures all in one spot. I'll see you at the shows.
That's right. The big announcement, Triple Threat Talk is in the home, well, not the home, but in the new home of thefanadvocate.com.
Now, last week when I said that if you could look around someplace, you might find something a little bit different, we were already at the top of the bar, and we'd already posted a couple blogs for the Fan Advocate. We haven't even part of it. Basically, how this whole thing came about was 2 weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. I was at OVW waiting for these two. Terry Bodie walks in, and says, "Cheryl, do you want to have a word with a good doctor?" So at this point, we've been in the market to get a website. Right. So we were looking for a website, and Cheryl said, "How'd you guys like to come with us? You know, be with us.
Join us, please.
Join us.
Join us, please.
So
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Join us.
So one thing led to another. Postmaster and I went to a meeting involving this. Basically, there is now a schedule for what Triple Threat Talk will be doing and what this means for you, the fans. So basically, what we're doing out now is the press release was sent out. They made a big deal out of it. Nice press release.
Absolutely.
Starting next month, there will be a newsletter. So go to thefanadvocate.com
or triplethreattalk.com.
If you can go there now. If you go to triplethreattalk.com, go to triplethreattalk.com. It will link you. It will link you to our page at thefanadvocate.com. It will link you there. Be sure not to click on Triple Threat Talk just yet. Yeah. Click on the blogs.
Oh, if you click on there right now, you'll actually get to see the video that we.
Yeah.
But
that's all that's up there right now.
And description about it.
Our weekly YouTube videos will be going there. Yes. Don't worry, you can still get them on YouTube. Yeah. They will still be posted at their normal time on YouTube. Yeah. But you can go to triplethreattalk.com. Check out the videos there if you'd like. We'll be posting blogs weekly. We'll also have a main topic blog each month. August is, I think... I
can't remember what August is.
Start of football season.
Maybe start of football.
I believe it is, yeah.
That's our forte, which should be good.
I think it's NFL and college football, so be checking out blogs from Big B, the doctor.
I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot of blogs this month.
If you haven't been on there, when you go on there, we've had some blogs already. The doctor here, he made our first video blog. Little wacky hairdo, but
no, he's not.
He gave us a blog about the Cincinnati Reds. Very good. Check that out if you're a baseball fan in general.
People are in love with that blog. Yeah. Like I get comments at work. A lot of people went to work. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be that good, but it turned out it was very awesome.
It is good, sir.
I'm flattered.
Big B, a blog about the Olympiad or the opening ceremonies. Good stuff there from you. Well written, and myself.
Mr. Bond. Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Myself.
He jumped out of a plane.
Comparing AJ Allmendinger to Jeremy Mayfield. So
you know how that turned out. You know how that turned out.
So good stuff.
A couple other
check
things.
It all out.
A couple other things that we need to talk about. In 4 months, we are cleared to talk about this. We're going to be teasing it. In 4 months. 4 months, Triple Threat Talk will have an internet radio show.
Live.
You can call us.
Well, there'll be more details down the line. Yeah. Trust us.
You can call us.
This is still new to us. Believe us.
And it's going to be basically, there's going to be a chat room involved. You can chat to us or call us. We prefer the phone touch. We're going to be able to have special guests anytime we want, and there are going to be already a few people lined up to be part of the show. You guys will actually be able to call a number, reach us. We'll have to take you. We won't have a producer technically, even though Big B is our visual producer.
That could change.
Maybe
we could have more people to help with the technical side.
But the big thing is this thing is huge for us. Now, as Postmaster said, you can still find us on YouTube, and that's not going to change.
No,
that's not changing. What is huge though is if you actually go to triplethreattalk.com and then you get relinked to the Fan Advocate website. Right. What is huge? That will help the views, which will therefore get more sponsors, will help the show get better. Right. So I know that you guys love YouTube and love being there. But you guys are still going to be able to post your comments about our show. Ask our questions. We're still going to answer your questions. And that you can all still do that at the fanadvocate.com's triplethreat.com website.
And if you post questions on there, we'll answer them from there too.
We'll answer them from there too, okay? And actually, with now being able to put up the blogs, we can answer some of the important ones. Not that they're not all important, but we can answer them a little bit more freely now.
And you can still get us on Twitter. You can still get us on Facebook. We'll still post stuff there. We'll be, like I said, we'll be writing blogs.
Yeah, especially go to Facebook.com to see our behind-the-scenes Mentos things.
And now, there's also another huge way how this affects you. A couple of months, yes, I posted an idea to Postmaster. And then to you, okay? And this was, how can we maybe get Triple Threat Talk name out a little bit more? Well, this way, okay? There was another way that I thought to help give us credibility. If you guys know anybody at all who is going through journalism school or media school, or if you are a good writer, we want you. And what do I mean by that? We are still the original three, okay? We want to open the doors for our viewers. You are not going to have free reign, but what you are going to have the ability to do is send us a piece of your writing at no charge, and if it is good, we will post it on the blog saying submit it by Against All Odds or submit it by the Buck in 5 or whoever under one of our names, and you will be able to get your point of view out there and heard.
In a blogged article. Not just a 3 or 4 sentence comment, an actual full page article,
and you will get full credit. The only way that we come in is that it has to be posted under one of our names. Okay?
And it has to be approved by our editor.
It has to be approved by our editor. You will get full credit for the article. We want people to work for us to get their names out. We did this. Our show is now about to be huge. We hope that you guys are inspirations, or that we are your all's inspiration, and that you guys can write something or say something and submit it to us. And we're going to do our best to get it on the air. It's not going to be one of those things like Jimmy said. It's not going to be one of those things that, you get a little bit of space. No, you can write as big of an article as you want. If it's good content, we're going to post it on the blog. You guys are going to get your names out. And we can all work together as the Triple Threat Talk community.
Right.
It's already grown in number. We already have several people part of the Triple Threat Talk family. I can't imagine a better song that Big B chose for episode 50 than Setting the World on Fire, because we are young, setting the world on fire. That is exactly what we're doing here with Triple Threat Talk. And now that the Fan Advocate is aboard, and we are aboard the Fan Advocate with Papa John's as well behind us.
Yeah, we do have Papa John's with us on this too. I know we have talked about that in the past, but this is full steam ahead. I want to also spend a special thanks to Cheryl Connolly,
absolutely,
who is our editor-in-chief. She is our blog, person who
blog guru
that checks and double checks our situation, and she also will monitor the website, let us know if we got certain comments she wants us to check out. So thank you, Cheryl, along with Terry Bodie
and
Carl LaGreca,
Papa Slice,
How about that? We got Papa Slice to deliver our pizza.
The mystery continues. Carl's there one minute, and Master Slice is there the next.
Exactly.
Now, there is something that we do also need to tell you that Terry asked us to say that we're kind of forgetting.
And one other thing,
but the big thing, but while it's on my mind, you go to thefanadvocate.com, you get 20% off your pizza if you click in that promo code from Papa John's.
Absolutely.
That's not just here, that's everywhere.
Let's not forget, because if I forgot this one, I'd be shot dead. The awesome camera work by my wife, Stephanie. She filmed the entire commercial, so good job, Stephanie. Thank you for helping out with that and filming the commercial. Good stuff. I know the beginning looked a little...
Psycho Vision! Fishbowl.
But we enjoyed filming that. I want to say this. And this goes out to, and I'm not discounting any of our viewers, but this goes out to Against All Odds 20, the CAW interviewer, Buck
Son
and
of
Five,
Sis,
Son
DJ
of
Becker
Sis,
Show.
DJ Becker Show. All of you guys that have been here for the long haul. We couldn't get to this next step without you.
Another thing I want to say is, when you posted that poll last week about what would you change, majority said they wouldn't change a thing.
That's awesome.
And we wouldn't want to get to the next level. Like, if we didn't have you guys interacting week to week, leaving 20 plus comments and questions, we'd be like, we don't need to do this anymore.
It's like, let's skip user questions.
Yeah, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know these guys send the same sentiments. Come along with the ride. Keep coming along. Don't worry, we're not going to forget about you.
No.
You all are our number one reason why we do this. It's for you guys, the fans. We know you enjoy the content. I know we get carried away sometimes, but that's part of the entertainment.
That's your entertainment of the segment.
So I want to personally thank you as Jimmy, not Postmaster, as Jimmy. I want to say
As
thank
Gary.
you
That's Brandon.
to the fans and to everybody. It's been a blast, these 60 episodes, and I can't wait for many, many more.
Yeah, and I can't be said any better than that, folks. Like I said, I think the biggest thing to take away from this is now all the viewers who have given us their loyalty now have a chance to get a little something out of this in return.
All right.
And I think this is going to go far and go fast.
Absolutely. Big B.
So I think that wraps up a monumental show on our show's
Awesome.
history.
Monumental.
So
I'm excited.
So for the first time ever, you can you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/triplethreattalk. You can follow us on Twitter at triplethreattalk. You can send any comment or question you have at triplethreattalk@yahoo.com, and you can go to our website at triplethreattalk.com. So
Absolutely.
For Triple Threat Talk, before we close, I want to say a big thank you to Terry and Cheryl for the hospitality during that commercial. It was very awesome. For Triple Threat Talk, this is Big B.
This is the Doctor.
This is Postmaster Jones.
And this is us signing off, and we cannot thank you enough for you fans, and now we are a part of thefanadvocate.com.